Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is an exciting first impressions video for you. I know I don't do that many, but I wanted to try out these new Cover FX custom enhancer drops. Now these have been super popular, they've been all over social media, bloggers, vloggers, I've seen everyone talk about these, and if you are a highlighter junkie like me who has to buy everything that says the word highlighter in it, obviously I had to get my hands on these. I only got two of them. I got the two metallic-y shades. I got Celestial and Moonlight. So I'm going to do two swatches for you, and then I'm going to wear them, and I'll check in with you throughout the day and let you know what I think. So let's get started. Alright, this one's Celestial. This is the kind of the lighter one. And this one's Moonlight. This is the one that when I swatched it in the store, it was a little bit warmer, and you can put these on top of your eyeshadow. You can do with anything you want with these. I'm actually going to use these as a highlighter today. And I'm going to swatch and see which one I want to wear. I'm only going to wear one. But this is what it looks like coming out. It's in this little dropper, and I'm not even going to drop. I'm just going to go like that. And so this is Celestial. This is what it looks like just dropped. Forgive my fingers. I have a nail appointment in like 3 weeks. I'm so excited because it's when all my art shows are done. So that's Celestial. It's kind of hard to see because the light is super bright, but it's this beautiful like light rosy light white color. It's really beautiful. And then next up, this is Moonlight. And at the store I was only going to buy one, but I was so in love with both of them I ended up picking up both. So as you can see, it's a little bit warmer. It's almost like a very light rose gold color. So there we go. And that's Moonlight, and it's a little bit warmer. I feel like Moonlight would probably pair beautifully with like champagne pop, like just a touch over it would be gorgeous. So those are the swatches. And I think just looking at the swatches, because I have so much orange and like warmth in my eyes and my lips are orange, I think I'm going to go with Celestial to kind of balance it out. I actually forgot my tools. I was going to bring a beauty blender. I'm just going to use my fingers because, you know, I'm a classy lady. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, not put that much actually, I'm just going to put like the little residue that's on the dropper first. I'm already kind of wearing a little bit of a highlighter because I have to, but what I'm going to do is put this over, and the highlighter I'm wearing a spoon from ColourPop. So let me see. So taking Celestial and just getting the hair out of my face first. Dotting it on there. As you can see, I have a lovely texture on my skin, but you know what? That doesn't keep me from wearing highlighter. I don't care. It is very intense, which, you know, is what I wanted. Put a little bit on the tip of my nose because, you know, my giant nose definitely needs some accentuation, and keep this bow. Okay. Be a tiny bit more. Again, just some residue for this cheek. It blends really nicely. Now again, you can add this to mix this with foundations to make it look more luminous. I know Jeffree Star did that. I know Tati, I've seen a bunch of people already talk about these videos. I'm going to link them below so you can check out other vloggers. I know Tati talked about this, Jeffree Star talked about this, I think one other, I forget who. So I'm going to link those guys below so that you can see other people talk about this product. So you don't. But so far, like, it's really, I don't know if you can tell because the light's super bright, but it's really very luminous. I like to put my glasses. I like my highlight and my blush because I wear like such big glasses because these are transition lenses. That's why I wear such huge glasses. So I usually wear my glasses down like this for a day-to-day when I'm just walking around. But when I'm working or like I'm on the computer or I'm drawing or I'm painting, my glasses are like this, so it's easier for me to see. That's why you'll see like back and forth, I'll go like this. Generally they're like this. So I like my blush and my highlight and my bronzer to sit just to where this meets usually. So this looks really stroby, It looks really pretty, but I'm gonna wear it throughout the day. Like I said, I feel kind of bad that I wear spoon, but I do like to layer my highlighters. I will always wear at least 2 highlighters, and I wanted to get a real world impression of how I would wear this day to day. I know a lot of other bloggers will, like, when they're trying foundations, I'm not putting on primer, I'm not setting it. Well, then obviously the foundation might not work the way that it normally would work. And for me, if I'm going to test out a product to see how I like it and do a first impressions, I'm going to wear it how I would normally wear it. I'm not going to use it on its own. I'm going to wear it how I would generally apply it every day or day to day. So generally with a product like this, like I do with my Pat McGrath like creamy highlighters or any balmy or creamy highlighters, I actually put them on last because I feel like if you put a powder on over it, unless it's a really high intensity strobe powder, it actually kind of dulls it. So I like to use these first. I usually use a very small, like the green wet beauty blenders, or I use my fingers. So again, I'm wearing Celestial, and I'll check in like a few hours and let you know, but this is Moonlight and this is Celestial, and so far I'm really digging it. Okay, see you soon. Just a quick check-in. It's been like 2 hours. I wanted to show you an indoor light, not natural light, what it looks like. What I noticed so far is that when I put it on outside and I looked it on, it actually dulled it down, but like when I look inside, I don't know if you can see, it's like super bright. I love it. It's really intense, but like blindingly intense. That's exactly what I want out of a highlighter. So far so good. All right, I'll see you in a few hours. Bye. So I'm trying to check in and she won't let me. She keeps, this is the kitten. She's my giant, oh my goodness. It's been a few hours. Everything's looking really good. Everything's bright. I put some of the Moonlight on my lids and it's really nice. And I also popped some in the corners and it looks really good. But so far so good. I haven't seen any fading. It hasn't smeared. It still looks just as good as when I put it on. So I'll check in a little bit later. Maybe when my cats will let me actually do this. Alright, see you soon. Get her. She's such a little snuggle bunny. She's crazy though. Oh my gosh. Check in. So far so good. I've noticed, let me look at my glasses. This side seems to have worn off a little bit more than this side, but I always scratch the side of my face, so, or like rest my head, so that could just be that. But as you can see, it's still nice and bright and shiny and bam. So far so good. It's not super late in the day. You know, it's like 6 or 7. But Florida, it's always super bright around 6 or 7, and then like during the summer, and then like 8 or 9 is when it goes super dark. So, and it's also really bright because it's getting ready to rain, and whenever the clouds come, it's always like oppressively bright right before the thundering. So, but so far so good. Like I said, I put Moonlight on my eyes and Celestial on my cheeks. And I'm liking it so far. So the next check-in or the last check-in I'll do will be at night right before I take off my makeup. So I'll let you know how I feel then. Alright, see you soon. Hi, so it's the end of the day. I'm sitting down the floor of my bathroom while my tub fills. As you see, I took off my makeup. The last few hours of the day, I was getting so sick, like so sick. So I wanted to like just scrub off all my makeup, take a bath, and just relax. And I was like, oh, perhaps the film. So, and I know this is not the best lighting. This isn't the best place to do this video. This whole area is being redone, which is why there's stuff on the floor. That's our hot water heater over there. That's we put it at tankless, you know, so we're doing a lot in this room, which is why if you hear me mention like I don't have room for my makeup or my bathroom's a mess or whatever, this is the reason why. But I did want to give you my final thoughts on the Cover FX drops. First and foremost, they did last pretty much all day. They did kind of start to fade or diffuse closer to after like 6 to 7 hours. They weren't as intense, but they did last, and that's something that's really impressive because sometimes with my blushes or my highlights, sometimes they don't last all day. The ones I notice that don't really last all day, actually my Hourglass ones don't last all day, and some of my Becca ones, like the only one that really seems to last all day is Champagne Pop. The other ones, well, after like 4 or 5 hours will like completely fade, so I usually carry like one with me, or you know, if I'm gonna stay at home, I don't usually put them on. But these were really nice that they kept a good amount of intensity all day, because when I wear a highlighter, I know some people look for a natural glow, and that's amazing, but when I wear a highlighter, I'm looking for like an otherworldly, ethereal, like, oh my gosh, like she's made of metal, like super shine. Like that's what I like out of highlighters. So these kept that up pretty much all day, which is really great. Overall, when I put them on my lids and on the corner of my eye, that actually lasted all day. You know, the weird thing is if I put anything in the corner of my lids, it like doesn't last longer than a few hours. I guess you guys are just gonna look at my plumbing. It doesn't last longer than a few hours, but this actually lasted and stayed all day, which is really, really nice. On my lids, it was, because I put it on kind of like not planning on putting it on, I just kind of like dabbed it on. It wasn't a real even application, but I think that if I actually intentionally planned on putting it on my lids, I could probably actually make it look really awesome. And I think the reason why it didn't look good was not the product, but it was me, which is generally how it goes whenever I have gripes about products, you know, just throwing that out there. So overall, I really super enjoyed the product. I'm gonna play around with it more. Once I use the products for, you know, like a few days or a few weeks, I'll do a more in-depth blog post on what I like and what I don't like. Screaming or running or crashing or glass breaking, that's my cats. But generally, okay, back to the product. Sorry, I know I start babbling. Back to the product, because generally these are gonna get a grade for me. Currently they're gonna get a B+ to an A. The only reason why I'm kind of lowering them a little bit is as though when I first put it on, it looked like it was easy to blend. It's a little bit harder to blend. Even when I kind of like tried, off camera, I like when it was still a little bit wet, I tried to like go over it with a brush and buff it with a brush. It was a little weird to buff like that. So I'm gonna play around with that. If I do change the grade, I will link it in my blog post and then put it on my blog post, but I think a B+ to an A is actually a pretty good grade for something like this, because I don't use a lot of liquid highlighters. In fact, I absolutely can't stand them usually. The ones from Benefit, I just don't like at all. So I was excited to try these, and they actually blew my expectations out of the water. So we'll see how they go with more uses and with different applications, with mixing them in with my foundation, with putting them on. Just, you know, like more use will give me an idea if they really deserve a B+ or if they deserve a higher grade. They're not going to get a lower grade. They're definitely at least a B+ product, but you know, they might be able to go to A status the more that I use it and the more that I'm comfortable using it and know how to use it. So generally, the learning curve is on me, not on the product. I would say if you want to get the product and you want to try the product out, if you have pale skin like me, go with Celestial. It was a really beautiful shade. Moonlight is just a touch warmer and a little bit more golden. That was really nice, and I really liked that, and I'll probably be playing with that on my cheeks and mixed in with my foundation rather than Celestial, because I think Celestial will probably be my go-to highlight for the next few weeks. But anyway, that's my thoughts, my impressions. If you have wanted to try the products, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you have any experience with these products, any critique of your own, again, leave them below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry I'm ending it on such a non-fleeky, gross, you know, like, those are my cats. Yeah. Anyway, sorry I'm ending it on such a weird thing. It's just I'm sick and I'm just ready to hop in the bath and go to bed. So I hope you guys are healthy, happy, have a great day, month, year, whatever. I'll see you again next time. Bye.